I've shot like a handful of Onos, and to anyone that's listening, and even yourself, when you go back to Guam to try and shoot them, um, I know that like supposedly they vary in behavior in different parts of the world. I think in Hawaii they're probably a fair bit more skittish because just because there's so much fishing pressure over here. Um, but I mean, I pretty much use like the same technique for any Ono that I see, and that's basically so the scenario will be like you'll be diving out blue water, you'll have your flashers down, you'll be chumming, and then an Ono will come out of nowhere, right? And then you can sort of like gauge based on the way that the fish is swimming, like how tame it is. So like sometimes they'll come in out wide, right? And they'll be far out and they'll just sort of be eyeing you. And in those scenarios, like it's probably more of a skittish fish. And then other times they'll come like directly up to the flashers and they'll be doing like tight turns and they'll like even be eating the chum. And if they're swimming like that, you know that they're tame and they'll probably be a little bit more forgiving on how you dive on them. But in any scenario, what I do is as soon as you see one, you kind of got to react quickly because sometimes they're just in and out. So you'll just drop slowly, don't make a big commotion, and then just try and intersect their path. So basically, you just wanna fall onto them without without swimming directly at them, and just try and intersect and meet them where they're swimming, right? Uh, and just yeah, don't be finning too crazy, and then they're such a curious fish that they'll notice you, and what they'll likely do is just come directly broadside and check you out, and then once you're locked onto them and they know you're a predator, they'll start swimming away, and then that's when you want to take your shot as they're kind of quartering away, and like that's how I land like 100% of my onos, man, and yeah, it works. So some guys say like drop down and swim the opposite direction. I don't know if I really buy that. I mean, I think it can work, like it can turn around a fish that's not curious at all if you do that. But I would say in most scenarios, you just kind of want to intersect them, right? So yeah, that's like Ono hunting 101 right
Well, I know
there.
Jerry also was saying that if you throw a flasher or a bait or chum
Oh
and you
yeah,
sprint to that bait and chum, the wahoo, being a predator, is kind of like competition to get that thing, and it'll zoom to it,
right.
and you meet it there and hit it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, 100%. Always bring throw flashers if you're going for Onos. They love those.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah. They can't resist coming back to check them out. Um,
What's the biggest one you've shot?
The biggest one I've shot was like 52
Uh huh.
pounds, which is good size for
Yeah.
Hawaii. Like on average, you'll see they probably range from like 15 to 30 pounds in Hawaii. So I would say anything over 40 pounds is like a really good Ono. And then I mean, some guys you know, they get big ones. I think the state record out here is probably like a little over 100
Oh
pounds,
wow.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.